Good evening. Today let us discuss about scanning probe microscopes. The scanning probe microscopes are classified into two types. One is atomic force microscopy AFM and scanning tunneling microscope, it is called as STM. The scanning tunneling microscope was invented by two persons. One is Grid Binning and Heinrich Roher. Those person invented this STM in the year of 1981. It is the strongest microscopy with high resolution, and they got awarded as a Nobel Prize in the physics in 1986. It works on the phenomena based on quantum tunneling. So what is tunneling effect? Let us discuss. For example, if I want to jump a compound from one edge to another edge, if they are given a chance of 100, I can make a jump at the first attempt itself, or 10th attempt, or at the 10th attempt, or at the 99th attempt. So it depends upon the caliber of the person who is jumping from one edge to another edge. So in the similar way, the electrons also will jump from the sample to the tip. So that electron travels from sample to tip. The flow of electron, we call it as a current. That current is nothing but the tunneling effect. So electron having energy less than the energy barrier crosses the electron barrier with a probability. So the electron will jump the barrier very easily. So if the electron is want to jump from one end to another end, it may jump at the first instant itself, or it may take some time. It may take 100 or 1000 chances to jump from one edge to another edge. That is called as tunneling effect. So simply, electrons having energy less than the energy barrier crosses the barrier with a probability. So that is known as tunneling effect. Now the samples are scanned by a very fine metallic tip. So here we have a fine metallic tip. The tip is made up of tungsten, is mechanically connected to an XY position recorder. This realized by means of piezoelectric materials. So the sample is either positively or negatively biased, so that sample emits electron and it reaches the tip. The flow of electron is called as a current. This current is known as tunneling current. Small current known as tunneling current is going to flow if the tip is close proximity but not actually touching the sample. In this case, we are not touching the sample. The current is amplified with the help of amplifier, and it is fed back to the piezoelectric crystal to adjust the distance between the sample and the tip. If we can change the distance as constant, or we can keep it as a variable. So the distance d between sample and the tip can be adjusted. We can keep it as constant, or we can keep it as a variable based on the tunneling current. So how the tunneling current is created means, when a voltage is supplied, that is tunneling voltage is given between the sample and the tip. From the sample, the electrons will travel to the tip. So this is the basic concept. That is, if I am having tip and a sample, so tip sample is kept at the bottom and the tip is kept at the top. The tip is made up of a tungsten. So the tip and the sample is excited by a tunneling voltage. The sample is going to emit an electron. Thereby the electron will travel from sample to the tip. So while it is jumping, the electron, while it is jumping to the tip, it creates a current. So the electron flow is there, thereby the current is created. So this current is going to be seen with the help of a tomography or any XY position recorder with respect to the distance between the tip and the sample. The magnitude of the tunneling current is obtained by the distance between the tip and the sample. So if the tip and the sample distance is more, then the tunneling current is low. If the tip and the sample distance is less, the tunneling current is going to be high. So it is similar to the property of the resistance. In that manner, it works. So here, the tunneling current is amplified and it is increased and by the feedback electronic circuits, and it is given to the and it is fed back to the electronic circuit to position the D. The D is nothing but the distance between the tip and the sample. It may either a constant or it may be a variable. The tip scanning, so the tip is going to move line by line above the sample surface. So over the sample surface, it has to move very smoothly. So while it is moving, the electrons is going to make a jump. So when the electrons jumps, we have a flow of electron, thereby the flow of current takes place. That is going to be recorded on the tomography. So how much of electrons jumps when the surface moves, how much of electrons jumps from the sample surface to the tip, that was recorded. That is directly proportional to the distance, and it is going to be, say, what is the sample, what is the specimen we have taken in the sample board. Now, if you take a tunneling current, the tunneling current exhibits a diode characteristic, that is exponential decaying characteristic if we have. So, we have an expression I equal to capital K U e power minus small k d. So, the capital K and small k are constants. The U nothing but a tunneling voltage that can be given from 10 millivolt to 1 volt we can supply. So if you supply a voltage between the sample and the tip, thereby the sample is going to excite an electron from the surface to the tip of the electrode. So it moves. So while it is flowing, the current flow takes place, that is going to be recorded. If you draw a graph between voltage and distance d, that is d is the distance between the tip and the sample, then we have exponentially decaying characteristics. So since very small change in the tip sample separation induces a large change in the tunneling current, so distance can be controlled exactly. The tunneling current is only carried by the outermost atom of the tip, which enables the scanning of the sample surface with a single atom. Scanning tunneling microscopy has got two important modes. One is constant current mode and another one is constant height mode. In constant current mode, the tunneling current is made constant throughout the scanning period, and the vertical position of the tip has to be changed to maintain a constant separation between the tip and the sample. On the other end, if you go with the constant height mode, the vertical position of the tip has to be maintained constant throughout the scan by allowing the tunneling current has to get changed with a change in the separation between the tip and the sample. Tunneling current, if you want to keep constant, D has to be constant and the vertical position of the tip has to be changed. If vertical position of the tip has to be maintained constant, then what I have to do means I have to change the tunneling current and I have to change the distance between the tip and the sample. So that is the main thing you are supposed to do with respect to constant height mode. Now this tunneling will have a 3D tomography feature of the samples, and then it has got a scanning rate or very fast. So the application, if you go, it can be determined for surface structures. STM can be manipulate atoms, how many atoms are there in the molecules, that those things we can make an analysis. STM can fabricate nanostructures and characterize their novel properties. And if you go with the features of STM, it has got a magnification of 100 million, resolution of 0.1 nanometer, and then imaging surfaces at the atomic level, and it provides a 3D profile of the surface. So these are the advantages and these are the features we have in scanning tunneling microscopy. Thank you.